A lot of the history of Tranent and Prestonpans is under the ground because for hundreds of years that area was full of coal mines. The warren of coal mines underneath Tranent was called the Waste. Hundreds of miners and coal bearers worked there. And this is a story about a coal bearer who lived a few hundred years ago. We don't know her first name, but her surname was Jeffrey. She was young, probably just a teenager, and her job as a coal bearer was backbreaking and terrifying. She'd have to go down into the dark coal mines, and her job was to carry the coal up the shafts. One day, after her shift, she was heading back to the shaft to go home, and her light went out. It was pitch dark. She fumbled and felt away, but got lost. The further she went, the more lost she became, and eventually she realised she was completely and utterly, hopelessly lost in the waste. This was terrifying, and she knew people had died down there. So she called out and screamed. Hours went by, then more hours, and then days. She was hungry and she was very thirsty. Then she heard the dripping of water, and a droplet of water just landed on her forehead, and she was able to position herself so the water would fall into her mouth. The pain of hunger gnawed in her stomach, so she took off her slipper. She started to chew on it to give her some kind of feeling of eating something. Her body got weaker and weaker, and she started to just lie in the darkness and wait for death. And as she did so, she heard strange sounds. First of all, she was sure she heard the sound of a drum. And then, bizarrely, she heard the sound of what she thought were bagpipes. More days went by. Her body got weaker and weaker. And then she heard what she thought were angels singing, the type of music you would hear in church. Perhaps, she thought, I'm so close to death, the angels are coming to bring me to heaven. Then she lost consciousness. Eventually she was found, still alive, after more than 2 weeks down there. After she had recovered, she explained her experiences. I'm sure, she said, I was down there and I heard drumming and a bagpipe. Yeah, they said the town drummer came into the waste and he was banging his drum, and we hoped that you would hear it, and a piper came and we hoped that you could follow the sound. Oh, I was too weak, she said, to follow anything at that point. But I also heard the singing of angels. Oh, you must have been very close to death then, said her friends. That Sunday she went to church to give thanks for being alive. And when people started singing the Psalms, she suddenly realised that was the singing that she'd heard. Unbelievably, she'd been trapped right underneath the church. Later, part of the kirkyard collapsed, revealing the part of the coal mine that she had been trapped in. I wish I could tell you there was a happy end to this story. I wish I could say that she lived happily ever after, but she probably didn't. You see, mine workers had very short lives, and she had no time off and had to go back down into the waste. And what happened to her after this story, I cannot tell you. There's a fantastic memorial by Gardner Malloy in Prestonpans, and there's a memorial stone near Tranent Kirk. The miners of this area really made this area, and it's important that we should remember them, including that coal bearer.